What's up, YouTube? All right, Tiger Woods. Wow. Talk about fall from grace. Anyways, here's my take on it. First of all, I'm not mad. Well, okay. First of all, here's what people have to understand about Tiger Woods, because he's being portrayed as an athlete right now, and he is for all purposes. But you guys have to remember, he was on track, at least before this whole thing, to be the first pretty much billionaire athlete, something like that. Okay? So he's not your regular average ESPN Sports Center athlete. Okay, this dude is making money, right? He's far past the realm of an athlete, right? In terms of people with money, an athlete is going to be more so on the lower level, right? The lower rung, but he's not even on that level, so he's a little bit more than that. So keep that in mind. But I'm upset not because he cheated. I don't condone it, but it's what happens, and I'll tell you why it happens, especially when you're dealing with men who have a whole bunch of money. Okay, but I'm upset because he got beat up. I'm upset that he allowed himself to get beat up. That's what I'm mad at. I can care less about the girl. No one should feel sorry for her. She benefits either way, because Tiger Woods messed up by marrying her. She clearly benefits from being married to him, but even in a divorce, she's still going to benefit because she's going to get broke off a whole bunch of money. So, and she's still young, she's still attractive. So now all of a sudden, instead of being young and attractive with pretty much no money, now she has millions of dollars. So her life will be okay. Okay? No one should shed one tear for her. But I'm more upset because Tiger Woods got his dumb ass beat up. Now, I can understand if there was some struggling couple and she's working 3 jobs and he had such a lack of disrespect for her that he went to go cheat on her. I can understand. I would hold Tiger up myself and say, you know what, go to work on it. But that's not what happened. Like I said, she benefits either way. So for him to allow himself to get beat up, to me, that's where he lost my respect. I'm sorry, you can't let that happen. But anyways, I say he shouldn't have got married to her, because when you get to a level where you have a lot of money, like just especially where he's at, like I said before, he's just not a lower rung athlete. He's up there. Most of the people that you come in contact with are going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to be perfect because they want to benefit from, being on your good side. They know how they benefit because your world, right? You pretty much run your world, right? There's nothing in your world that is out of your control. You can control everything. So there is no waiting in line. There is no, well, hopefully, they process my paperwork. No, you control everything. So people are like, if I'm cool with this dude, I can somehow benefit from this relationship. Okay? So what does this mean for Tiger? You can't trust anybody. You can try to convince yourself, but you can't trust anybody unless they were there well before the money. Even before that there was ideas either than you having money. Right? But once he fell for the trap, he thought he can find true love. But at the end of the day, you know what happened? The same story that, that girl told Tiger to make her marry her is the same story that all the other women have told him. Oh, you're a great guy. Oh, I'm sweet. I'm just trying to do me. Oh, you should do this and that. Being the perfect, girlfriend, wifey. I'll tell you what you want to hear. I'm sweet. I'm all about you. I'm humble. This, that, and the third. So after a while, if that's all you hear, what does that tell you? A lot of people are being fake as hell. You can't trust anybody. Oh, Tiger, dudes, hey, Tiger, you're the man, you're doing this, you're great, you're awesome. Oh, I think you're smart. No one's going to be real with you because no one wants to risk not being on your good favor. So that will eat away at you. You know what they say? It's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top for a reason. It's lonely not because you're just isolated from everybody, but it's lonely because you can't trust anybody. No one's ever going to tell you, hey, you messing up right now. Sit your ass down. That's why he was so close with his pops. Because his pops was probably, his pops and his mother was probably the only people in his life that was ever able to tell him to do anything. Hey, Tiger, you need to sit your ass down. Who can really tell that to Tiger now? No one. Right? So this boy can't trust anybody. So he messed up by getting married. He fell for the trap. She sold him a dream that, I'm about you, I love you, and foolishly he got married. But of course, being a celebrity, being who you are, you're naturally going to go out. You're going to be going from place to place, meeting new people. And the same women are telling you the same thing that your wife did. So you can pretty much take your wife and replace her with somebody else, and they're going to tell you the same exact thing. So there really is no incentive for you to stay after a while. So that's why I said he should never get married. Now, I'm not saying that he should have kicked that girl to the side. All I'm saying is keep her as a girlfriend. That's all he had to do. This would have never been a problem. You keep her as a girlfriend. If you really care about her, if you think she's better than the rest, keep her as a girlfriend. Hey, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to give you 10, 15 mil, especially if you have some of my kids. I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to leave you hanging out to dry. I got money anyways. Right? You'll be good. You're set for life. But I'm not going to marry you. I can guarantee you, right, 90% of the women out there, probably even more, if you told them I'm not going to marry you, but I'm going to keep you as a girlfriend, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to give you 10 to 15 mil to go on your way. And of course, if we stay together, you're going to benefit from what I'm doing. Most women will say, okay, no problem. They will make it work. They'll make it work with their families. They'll make it work for their God or whoever they follow, right? They'll make it work. And that's all he had to do. No one cares if you're going to cheat on your girlfriend. But when you cheat on your wife, people are going to blow it up, especially if you're a black athlete. Okay? Notice how when we talk about athletes who cheat, people only want to focus on black athletes, but who's to say Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, all these other people, they're not acting up. But of course, they're not going to out them because they want to keep the whole idea of, white men being pure. But when it comes to black men, there's no issue in really, putting their name out there. Right? But even then, right, you have the police and other people who really try to keep it under wraps. But, he's still Tiger Woods. He's still, black, so it still got put out there. Right? So to me, it's not really new. But like I said before, should have never married that girl. You just can't trust him. And I'm not trying to say that she is untrustworthy. What I'm trying to say is that Tiger Woods himself, can never put himself in a position where he can truly feel he can trust somebody. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, and that's where ultimately he messed up. He tried to convince himself that he can be tied down to one person, but you can never. It's the pros and the cons of being successful, especially super duper successful. The pro, you get to live the life, right? The con, you can never get close to anybody. You can never really touch anybody because everybody's going to be fake to you. That is the gift and the curse of being successful. So he thought somehow he can break the rules, right? He can break just the way things are, and it bit him in the ass. That's why I'm mad he got beat up. If he just would have understood, and I'm sure plenty of people, I'm sure Jordan told him. I'm sure other, famous athletes and, famous celebrities told Tiger, hey, what are you doing? Do this, do that. He probably didn't even listen to him. Don't get married if you are super duper successful. Right? Now, obviously, we all don't have Tiger Woods' money. Okay? So, obviously, this is not my advice to everybody because the vast majority don't live like Tiger Woods. Right? So this doesn't apply to me or probably any other one of us. The only thing I can really take from this story is that you just have to always remember success. It doesn't matter how successful you are. The second you're successful and other people can see that, they will be fake around you. So you have to protect yourself and understand that you just can't be going around forming close ties with people because they're not going to be real with you. Right? That is the underlying message that I took from this. It is what it is. Some people can say I'm putting too much on it. But I've seen it happen personally. Okay? I'm not around people with Tiger Woods' money. But I've seen older uncles and, just older men in my life who are successful fall for this trap, and they end up, not being committed, or not being faithful, because every woman they meet is telling them the same thing. They're trying to be the same perfect good girl, is 1950s, I have the dress on, here's your food type of wife, and they fall for it, and they realize that it's fake. And you can't live a fake life. People don't want to live the fake life, especially when you have the power to change it. So that is that's what I took from the whole situation. So, hopefully you guys tell me how you feel. Take it easy. God bless.